Hey, this is Jesse with CreateThis. Today I'm going to show you how to get started with CreateThis CVRUI, and I'm also going to show you how to enable the color picker widget. All right, so the first thing that we're going to do is clone the CreateThis CVRUI Git repository, and I'm going to use git bash for this. I'm on a Windows system. So git clone, and I just paste my URL there. Now I'm going to open that up in Unity. Okay, the first thing you'll notice after you open it up in Unity is that you start getting valve errors. So this is because you need the SteamVR plugin to use these examples. So we're going to go to the Assets Store and download SteamVR. Okay, so now you have three folders. You've got your Skybox, your CreateThis folder, and your SteamVR folder. The next thing we're going to do is grab the color picker asset by Philip Kex. So Simple Color Picker is what it's called, Philip Kex. Now, the problem with importing this is it's going to dump everything in your root assets directory, and that is not ideal. You know, SteamVR puts it into a folder, and that's really what we want. So we're going to create the folder, but we're going to have to move everything manually because this is a poorly organized asset. So we're going to click Import, and we're going to import the color picker, and you can see here there's not a master folder that everything's in. It's unfortunate. Okay, so now materials, scripts, shaders, color picker, example, and readme all need to be moved into the color picker folder. All right, and now the next thing that we need to do is we need to enable the color picker. And so we go into File, Build Settings, Player Settings, and then we're going to come down here to Scripting, Define Symbols. Go to the end of the line, add a semicolon, color_picker. And then you have to hit Enter on your keyboard. If you don't hit Enter, it won't save your changes. You can see that progress bar as you do that. Okay, so normally you would be ready to go at this point, but what's going to happen is when you click on No VRTK Scene, and then you click on VRUI Defaults, you're going to see the associated script cannot be loaded. So what we need to do is we need to close Unity. We're not going to save, and we're going to go to the folder that we checked out the project in, and we're going to delete our library folder. The reason why we have to do this is because when you change those platform-specific defines, it's not smart enough to know that it has to recompile all the code. So the only way to force a recompile is to delete the library folder. Once that's deleted, we can restart Unity. You'll see that the library folder is automatically recreated by Unity. Okay, and now we should be able to load up the VRTK scene and go to VRUI Defaults. Scroll down to the bottom and we see our color picker profile populated. Now I'm going to delete this object because you can see that thumb material, hue material, saturation brightness material, and solid color material are populated along with the thumb body. I can't guarantee that that'll always be the case, so I'm going to go ahead and delete this and show you how to do it from scratch. Okay, so we'll add component here. This is going to be profile, color picker profile. All right, so you see that the positions, the local positions and scales have all been defaulted. That's fine. Now we're going to go to our materials. Oh, sorry, no, we're going to go to the color picker materials, and we're going to start moving over some of these materials. So the hue is going to go in the hue slot, saturation in the saturation slot, solid color in the indicator slot, and we're also going to pull over the cube as the thumb body. Thumb material comes by default with Unity, and I just use default diffuse. Okay, now if we go to the example master UI factory at this point and we switch over to our scene view and we make our 3D icons much smaller and we zoom in We can even go smaller than that. I really hate these 3D icons. They're a pain. All right. All right, now this is going to fail. We're going to hit generate to regenerate this UI, and it's going to fail, and then I'm going to show you why. So we're going to hit generate here. Notice that this panel is way too big, okay? The reason for that is if we go to CVRUI defaults, we added the profile, but we forgot to drag it. So we're going to go up here to the top, kind of a unwieldy operation, and we're going to drag it into the color picker profile slot on the CVRUI defaults script. Now, if we go back to the example master UI factory and we hit generate, there's our color picker. Okay, so at this point, we can go to the game view, maximize on play, play, and if we hold out our controller and we stab the upper right corner, my controller is a little defective. It kind of clicks off occasionally. We see that the color picker is right there in the middle of the screen. And I can reach up and I can drag, say I want a nice yellow color or something right there. Yellow, I can go white, I can go black, anything like that. Pretty cool stuff. So there's your color picker. Also in this version, we have a floor so you don't get disoriented when you change the skybox. If you want to enable VRTK support is very similar. These instructions are also outlined in the dependencies section of the README. So here's the color picker instruction there. Little blurb down here about platform custom defines. And if you need to do VRTK, there's the VRTK snippet there. All right, that's it. If you like CreateThis CVRUI and you want to support us, please do check out our Patreon. We've got a link down below in the README. Patrons make the continuing development of CreateThis CVRUI possible. As always, thanks for watching and please subscribe.